Well, good morning, everyone. As we know, New York City's employment picture is very bright. We have a record number of jobs, and our administration has put the city, I think, in an excellent position for that number to keep climbing. And a major reason for our creative investment in industries that are going to fuel job growth and attract new companies well into the future is what we've been doing. Industries like tech and bioscience and new media, many of these investments are paying off now and will continue to do so going into the future. Others are just beginning to take shape, and the largest and most ambitious of those are our applied science competition to bring more graduate science and engineering schools to New York City. I will say at the outset, Bob Steele and Seth Pinsky and now Kyle Kimball are the ones that really have came up with the idea, shepherded it, made it work. I'm just lucky to be along, but this city is going to be changed for an awful long time by their efforts, and I just personally wanted to thank them. The competition rose out of the conversations that we had with leaders across a diverse range of New York industries, and all of those conversations had a common refrain, and that was to keep our companies and our city competitive. We need more engineers and computer scientists. So we invited schools from across the world to submit proposals for new world-class academic institutions that would nurture that talent right here in New York City. I remember going to the first reception we had at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and it doesn't seem like it's been 2 years, but it has been. 2 years to the day since we announced the first winner of that competition, a partnership between Cornell University and Technion Israel Institute of Technology to create a new applied science campus on Roosevelt Island. And when completed, the new Roosevelt Island campus alone will nearly double the number of full-time master's and PhD engineering students in our city. Cornell Tech classes started earlier this year at the school's temporary home in the Google building in Chelsea. And today, on the second anniversary of its announcement, Cornell Tech is taking another big step forward. We are going to sign in a few minutes the 99-year lease that officially turns 12 acres of Roosevelt Island over to Cornell Tech. Somebody asked me what happens after 99 years, and I didn't want to be blasé or wise-ass about it, but I did think to myself, I don't care. Hopefully, who's ever around them will figure it out. That clears the way for construction of the new campus to begin. Groundbreaking is expected to take place in January and continue in phases, with phase one on track to be completed in 2017. I will hopefully be around then. When construction is completed, the city will have a new 2 million square foot campus dedicated to science and engineering with thousands of students and hundreds of faculty, and with state-of-the-art classrooms, laboratories, libraries, lecture halls, and new open spaces for public use. The new campus will be partially located on the site of the former Goldwater Specialty Hospital and Nursing Facility, which we replaced earlier this year with the new $300 million Henry J. Carter Specialty Hospital in Harlem, operated by the city's Health and Hospitals Corporation. Bob Steele and I took a tour of that, and I can just tell you the people that moved to that facility really are lucky. It's a phenomenal facility, and I think it goes to show the city's commitment to taking care of those that need aid. Cornell Tech has a unique focus on connecting academia and industry to create local jobs and launch businesses. The new campus will have space for business incubators and accelerators to help new ideas being researched at the school take off and become companies. Cornell Tech will provide legal support for startups, research partnerships with existing companies, and a financing program to support research. There will also be a shared building that brings together businesses, nonprofits, researchers, and startups under one roof, and these features make it one of the most innovative and entrepreneur-friendly science campuses in the world. It will also be, you're happy to know, one of the greenest, and that includes plans for the academic center that will be constructed in phase one. If it were built today, it would be the largest net zero energy building in the eastern United States, with all energy generated renewably on campus. Of course, the school won't only use clean energy solutions as a leading research center and laboratory for environmental technology. It will also help develop them. This new school is going to ensure that New York City and New York businesses play a major role in determining how technology shapes our future, and so will 3 other new applied science campuses taking shape in Manhattan and Brooklyn as we speak. the NYU-led Center for Urban Science and Progress in downtown Brooklyn, Columbia's Institute for Data Sciences and Engineering in Upper Manhattan, and the recently announced partnership between Carnegie Mellon and Steiner Studios to create a tech and media graduate program at the Brooklyn Navy Yard. And over the next 30 years, these 4 campuses will generate more than $33 billion in economic activity and spin off 1,000 companies. They'll also create something like 48,000 jobs, and those are not just jobs for engineers and computer scientists, but they're jobs also for construction and building workers, administrative staff, technicians. You go right down the list. People eat, people need hotels to stay in, people need transportation, and all the jobs that go along with the tech jobs are exactly things that spread through the entire economy, and everybody gets a chance to have a better life. More importantly, they'll keep New York City a place where big ideas find fertile ground to grow and thrive in the 21st century, and where businesses find the talent they need to grow and innovate. This is a big day for both Cornell and the Technion Israeli Institute of Technology, and we are very excited to have 2 such prestigious schools partnering to bring this campus to New York. The presidents of both schools are with us this morning, and I want to thank them both for their great work on this project over the past 2 years. First up is Cornell's president, David Skorton. David?
Thank you so much, Mayor Bloomberg. By my count, this is our 5th press conference together, each one a good news press conference. But don't worry, we haven't run out of wonderful things to say about you, and we will miss you. Mr. Mayor, your focus on innovation has already left a huge legacy that spans the 5 boroughs and far beyond. Your vision for this project has been a true game changer, a word that we overuse, but in your case it's true. It's a once-in-a-generation intervention that shows government's power to accelerate growth. The evidence is everywhere you look. It's along the F-train tech corridor that will soon add the Roosevelt Island campus. It's at the dozens of meetups and accelerators and co-working spaces across the city. And as you mentioned, it is certainly visible in the extraordinary fact that NYU and CUNY and Columbia and Carnegie Mellon are all starting new programs here as a direct result of the Applied Sciences Initiative. And with Cornell NYC Tech, the most ambitious of these efforts, we're off to a flying start. At the Google building in Chelsea, Cornell Tech just completed our first full academic year. And we actually have graduates, the beginning of the pipeline of tech talent New York needs. We're feeding that pipeline all along its course, working on K-12 initiatives that'll bring tech education to thousands of public school kids all over the city. We're already attracting world-class faculty who will ensure that this campus is a success. From the former chief technology officer of Twitter to global leaders in mobile health, social media, cryptography, computer vision, and computer-human interaction. These faculty members have been drawn to Cornell Tech in New York City for the opportunity to be professor entrepreneurs. We're not just allowing them to pursue startup companies and outside ventures, we're actively encouraging them and expecting them to bring that experience to campus. We're also, as you said, building bridges with industry, and we're bringing industry and academia together to spur innovation. Dozens of companies have already stepped forward to engage with the campus, helping to shape a curriculum that, to my knowledge, has no precedent. There's no better example than at the Jacobs Technion Cornell Innovation Institute, our partnership with the Technion located at Cornell Tech. Our work there at JTCII will be focused on hubs related to some of New York's most important industries, and we just launched the degree program in connective media and have already announced partnerships with some of the biggest names in traditional and new media. From the New York Times to Medium, they want to take part in a new way of pursuing innovation that you and Mr. Steele and Mr. Pinsky have made possible. It's a great pleasure to be joined again today, as you said, Mayor, by Technion President and my friend and colleague and mentor, Lavie. Peretz, you have been an extraordinary partner. We're lucky to have you here in New York and look forward to hearing from you in a few minutes. My final point, Mr. Mayor, is about our physical campus. Today's lease signing paves the way for construction to begin in just a few weeks. A school focused on innovation should, of course, reflect our ambition and commitment to excellence. So we brought together award-winning architects and given them a mandate to create, as you said, the most sustainable, innovative, and groundbreaking campus in the United States. When it opens in 2017, The Roosevelt Island campus will be like no other. Its buildings and spaces will encourage interaction among students and faculty and researchers and the companies that will locate directly on this campus. I truly believe this will be the place that generates the next big ideas, the new companies, and the talent that will continue changing New York and the world. The City of New York has entrusted us with this mission, and Mr. Mayor, we're going to do our utmost to live up to your vision. Thank you.
David, thank you. And the other half of the partnership, Peretz Lavie, President of the Technion Institute of Technology.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, friends. 2 years ago, we stood here and spoke about a dream. And as an expert in dreams, I can tell you, Mr. Mayor, that most dreams do not come true. This one came. And here 2 years ago, 2 years later, we are seeing this dream come to fruition in front of our eyes. I think that the signing ceremony today is a major, major milestone in what will be a new model for academic education. Everybody asks me what Mayor Bloomberg is going to do after in a few days. Every city around the world try to copy this model. You can go from a city to city and being a consultant. London, Paris, Montevideo, Montreal. Everybody would like to do the same. And it is your vision that inspired this new concept of how you bring academia and industry together in a city for the benefit of humankind. And one word about our partners. I couldn't ask for a better partner than my friend David, Professor Skorton, and his team. We are excited in the Technion. We are proud to be part of what will be a history in academic education for the benefit of New York and the world at large. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, for your leadership.
Peretz, thank you. And once again, for the record, it was Steele's dream, and I wish it were mine. The city's economic development, I'm just not that smart. Bob's a lot smarter than, but just think about it, how he got this idea, understood the problem here, and rather than just sit around and say, oh, that's interesting, actually went out and came up with an idea to solve a problem that is going to have implications for the city for decades to come. The city's Economic Development Corporation is overseeing the applied science competition and has been the lead city agency working to bring this new campus to Roosevelt Island. EDC's president, Kyle Kimball, is here. Kyle?
Thank you. 2 years ago today, we announced this historic partnership between Cornell and Technion and the city with really the ambitious goal of significantly increasing New York City's capacity in applied sciences and engineering and really transforming the city's economy over the very long term. And it's really a testament to this mayor and this deputy mayor and our many partners across the city and state government, as well as Cornell and Technion, that over the course of only 2 years, we have already come so far in advancing towards this goal. First, working with our partners at HHC, Health and Hospitals Corporation, EDC has designed and built and opened a brand new state-of-the-art center, Carter Hospital and nursing facility in Harlem. And this new facility is now serving more than 200 former Kohler Goldwater patients. The Cornell Technion campus has secured all necessary approvals thanks to the help of a number of our partners across the city. And really the groundbreaking on Roosevelt Island is scheduled to take place in just a few weeks, paving the way really for the first opening in 2017. And by the way, our private partners at Google are already hosting them and classes have started. So the initiative continues to surpass our expectations thanks to this mayor's leadership. And I believe that thanks largely to the applied sciences in New York City, the mayor will be remembered as a mayor who has propelled New York City towards becoming really a global leader in innovation. So although you can't really see it right now, I'm actually standing on the shoulders of giants and those who came before me who helped make this possible. I can't read everyone's name, but it's important to me that certain names are part of the record. So, of course, the mayor and deputy mayor for their leadership, our partners at Cornell and Technion, my predecessor, Seth Pinsky, and former colleague Ewan Robertson for their leadership from day one, who conducted all the interviews to find out that this was where we needed to go. along with Maria Torres and Josh Wallach, who saw the process through. Our partners in the state government, including Governor Cuomo and Empire State Development Corporation, who have been great partners along the way, our elected officials, who you'll hear from in a second, the Roosevelt Island Operating Committee, who's also been a great partner in this so far. And really, as you can see, the Applied Sciences Campus is really a truly intra-agency, intra-city, intra-government effort, and really government functioning at an extremely high level. And in addition to those that I've already mentioned, Deputy Mayor Gibbs, Deputy Mayor Holloway for their support through some of the tougher times, State Department of Health Commissioner Nirav Shah, who walked through the facility himself, Mark Page, Michael Dardia, Marion Suter from City Law, also were extremely helpful in seeing this through. And last but not least, the dedicated team at EDC who have been with this through thick and thin, and specifically Miriam Harris, who has been saved this project in several times over. Charlie Gans, also, who was incredible on this. Zach Smith, Seth Myers, Angela Cavaluzzi from the Mayor's Office of Cap Projects, Emil Martone, Hardy Adasco. I can't list everyone, but you know who you are. Thank you very much for your efforts. And today is really, I think, my last opportunity to stand with this mayor. And I want to personally thank him on myself and also on the staff, that as for the rest of my life, I'll remember today and the years that I've been at EDC, really for the honor and privilege of serving this administration and the city of New York. And I want to tell you, Mayor, so far I haven't screwed it up.
Well, you still have 12 days that you could, so be careful. Our next speaker is Kathy Dove, the Vice President of Cornell Tech. Kathy.
Thank you, Mayor Bloomberg. As many speakers, including President Skorton, just described, Cornell Tech really became a reality this year. We've been busy teaching students, conducting research, and creating the kind of industry relationships that will result in achieving the vision laid out by the mayor. But today, we're here to celebrate a major milestone in the evolution of Cornell Tech, the start of development on Roosevelt Island. We all know that great things only happen with great people, and we have the best, beginning with our incredible development team led by the fabulous Andrew Winters, who I don't know if he's here right now. Is he? Okay. But today, I want to take a moment to recognize two other groups of people whose support is critical to the successful development of this campus. First, we are so excited to join the wonderful Roosevelt Island community. From inception, we've been committed to working closely with the community to ensure that we are good neighbors and that the campus makes the entire island a better place to live, work, and to visit. The island leadership has responded by devoting countless hours to working with us on every detail of the campus. The community support has been unwavering, and we look forward to an enduring and great partnership with our Roosevelt Island neighbors, some of which are here today. And so thank you for coming. Second, as we move forward with the construction of the campus, we're fortunate to do so with the help of some of the best development partners in the business, Forest City Ratner and the Hudson and related companies. Together with this team, Cornell will create some of the most innovative and sustainable buildings New York has ever seen. Even in the city of iconic architecture and landmark sites, we at Cornell Tech and our partners are committed to create a spectacular campus that all New Yorkers will be proud of for generations to come. Thank you.
Kathy, thank you. Also with us this morning are some of the elected officials who've helped pave the way for Cornell Tech to become a reality. Carolyn Maloney represents Roosevelt Island in Congress. Congresswoman?
Thank you very much, and I am just so thrilled to be here. But even before Cornell Tech, New York was a city of big ideas, and believe me, the whole world watches how New York confronts challenges and handles them. When I went to Iraq, they said they were modeling the police force after the New York City police force, their defense system. Members of Congress are constantly asking our police and fire to come to their districts and help their counterparts. And every time I see President Obama, he asks me, what is Mayor Bloomberg doing today? What is he up to? What's his new idea? Well, out of all of his new ideas and leadership, and let's confront it, that he did not get a good deck. 9/11 was not easy, the financial crisis, Sandy, all of these were really terrible things to confront. But of all of his leadership, my absolute favorite, and I've been through all of it with him, was was this initiative. Cornell Tech is truly transformational, and it will have a lasting, deep impact on the economy of our great city. It will do more to create new jobs and new investments. Already, because of Cornell Tech, because of the leadership of the Economic Development Organization, Bob Steele and Kyle Kimball, already many of these high-tech firms are headquartering in New York, so that we have become the high-tech city for the East Coast. That's a phenomenal achievement. And every success has many people that are part of it, and we are so fortunate to have President Skorton and President of Technion to be here with us today and for their leadership. I work with many organizations on their plans and their organizational work with elected officials, and I'm so thrilled to be joined by Gail and Jessica and all my other elected officials. Believe me, their plan was visionary. It was sensitive. Their outreach to the community was extraordinary. Their involvement, and it's just a success because of the great leadership that is here today. This is a historic day. It's the last meeting of the City Council, one of the last meetings in this room. And I was a member of the City Council, and I remember thinking that the biggest challenge of the city and cities in general was going to be who pays for cities, with the crumbling infrastructure, tax base that leaves, the problems that you have. And this proposal answers that question better than any that I've seen. It is literally changing the investment, the tax base, and the future of our city. And on top of it, he has given us 3 extra years of life by increasing the quality of life and livability in New York City. So we thank you, Mr. Mayor, for all that you have done, and particularly for this tremendously important investment in the future of our great city and our country and our children.
Carolyn, thank you. It's not clear that everybody wants that extra 3 years to be applied to me, but that's neither here nor there. Councilmember Jessica Lappin is here. Jessica?
Thank you. That was beautiful. Today, and this lease signing is such a wonderful reminder that whether it's one of your first days in public office or one of your last, that we can here at the city make real meaningful change and transformational change and impact people's lives in a very direct way. And so much has been said. The partnership with the residents has been very special on this project and on so many other projects. And when I look around the room, and you're sort of an honorary Islander, David, but Margie and Mike and Jonathan and Lynn and Howard and Dick, and I saw Rick here somewhere too, working with you was really just an incredible experience. And change, especially big change like this, is never easy, even when it's a really great idea. And the fact that you were so open to making this work for the city and for the island, that's one of the reasons that we're here today. So thank you.
And our next speaker, Councilmember Gail Brewer. Gail?
Thank you very much. I'm the new kid on the block because I am the incoming borough president, but I do remember all the work that my colleague Jessica Lappin put in. And I also remember when Kathy came to the city council, she talked specifically about the possibilities, but didn't forget the high schools and the middle schools. And I want to say this entire project has not forgotten them and will be enhancing them. So I want to thank the mayor, Cornell Tech, all the residents, the operating corporation, because this is so historic. I did chair the technology committee for a while, and before this amazing project, there was a constant refrain of, we don't have any engineers, we don't have any programmers, and this will change the entire dynamic. So it's very key to the growth of our tech center. I go to all the tech meetups. Love every one of them. And now you'll be there and making them even better. So congratulations to everybody, and I look forward, as Manhattan Borough President, to working with you. Thank you very much.
Gail, thank you. We're very excited to have 2 outstanding development partners, Forest City Ratner Companies and Hudson Companies, helping to bring this campus to life. And Mary Ann Gilmartin is President and CEO of Forest City Ratner Companies. Mary Ann?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So all that needs to be said has been said. And as developers, we know as builders that you cannot build a great building without great people. And so it is the season, so I'll start at the top of the list. A humble thank you to our mayor for his extraordinary impact on the built environment in this city. As a hopeless developer, it doesn't get any better than it has been, so thank you, Mr. Mayor. And then I would like to offer a sincere thank you to Cornell, particularly Kathy Dove and Dan Huntlocker, for their faith in us and their confidence in our pursuit of a borderless and boundless endeavor to build great placemaking and great partnership. A thank you to Marion Weiss and Michael Manfredi for making the building sing. And I'd offer a thank you to Bruce Ratner for his tireless support of this quest, and our own our own Kate Bicknell for her stealth stewardship of everything we've done. And then I'd also like to wrap up by talking about one unsung hero in this whole endeavor, Josh Sarafman, without which the tender care and feeding of his work, we would not be standing here today. So thank you.
Is there anyone here that we didn't thank? There is. Raise your hand. Let me just summarize for our Spanish-speaking New Yorkers what we've done today. Le estamos entregando 12 acres de terreno de Roosevelt Island a la Universidad Cornell Tech, el primer ganador de nuestros concursos de ciencias aplicadas. La escuela en Nueva York continuará creando trabajos y nuevos negocios y nos ayudará a seguir el Centro de Innovación Mundial. And with that, David and I are going to sign. You want to take questions first? We'll take some questions first on topic if anybody is interested. Maybe we did say everything. There being no questions, we are going to sign the document.
My boss likes to see my papers. He's very happy.